Obviously, having Cheney as a continuing ambassador for these viewpoints out in the public narrative is not extraordinarily helpful. But look, the bottom line is he's a guy that I've watched up close in action, and I have great respect for his judgment and wisdom in this regard. And having seen the face of terror, I walked through Camp X-Ray down in Guantanamo Bay when I was serving in the government, and it changes your nature of the threat to look at the people on the other sides of those fences. And the bottom line is that the track record. So just by looking
at them, Phil, you could tell they were guilty?
I could tell basically that they were going to.
That they deserved waterboarding?
Nor I'm not making any particular allegation against individual people. But what I'm saying is that the nature of this threat is very, very different. And the record of the Bush-Cheney administration post 9/11 is to keep America safe. And I think most Republicans, if you asked people in Newton, Iowa today, they're probably happy that our country, is doing everything possible to try and keep us safe. And I think, that's a big jump ball on this issue. Obviously not everyone agrees with me, but I have no real hang-up with for our government going the distance to try and make sure that we get information we need to keep our country safe.
Right? I think we just got a real window into the Bush administration's view of how to approach these problems. Just by walking through Guantanamo Bay and looking at prisoners, I could tell. And we didn't get a full answer to what you could tell, but that is very similar to President Bush saying, I looked into Putin's eyes and I saw an honest man that I could deal with.
This is the most.
This no. This is a very serious thing. It was a trip on your part. I don't think you're going to do it again, because what you just confessed to is the most simple-minded possible approach to governing affairs and serious evaluations of where the truth lies and where the United States should commit its resources, commit its moral imperatives. And for you to be able to say, just by looking at those people in Guantanamo, I knew something about them, is a very, very wrong-headed and very, very dangerous approach to both jurisprudence, and national security.
But I'm going to defend myself on this. I'm not pretending to say I was a national security official, nor was I charged in any of this particular responsibility. I happened to, it was a completely unrelated issue. I'm saying that none of us here on this TV show have access to the kind of compartmentalized, sensitive, top-secret information that you need to make judgments about these things. So I was trying to make a point there. But certainly I don't want to.
The New York Times. It's on page 1 of the New York Times today. We do now. What I'm saying is that what you reflected was the spirit of the Bush administration, that you can tell by looking at people what the danger level is and what the trust level is and what we should do as a government about those people. That is amateurish, wrong-headed, and very, very dangerous to America.
I'm certainly not pretending to be a national security expert here today. I'm simply trying to put in context an evaluation that I happen to make. So I appreciate, the lecture, but the bottom line is that the Bush and Cheney administration kept this country safe for 7 years.
All right. Phil and Lawrence, I'm going to end it there because we're out of time because we had to go. But I appreciate both of